All right, so you guys can start looking for a live because we should be live right about now.
Mhm.
My end is a little bit technical. Okay. All right, so we're live now, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. Everyone here should be already subscribed. So you should be hitting the like button. All right. So everyone can hear me? Just want to be sure everyone can hear me very well.
Yep.
All right. Can everyone unmute their mic for a second, just so I can hear you. Hector, I want to be sure that I can really hear you.
Test 1 1. We got it. One, two,
Yes.
three.
All right. No problem. All right. All right. So we're good. All right. So we're gonna begin tonight's show. All right. Miss Smith, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Well, guys, I'm Savon Smith,
I'm Cardia Smith,
and we are
the Smith family.
welcome to our YouTube channel.
All right, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button.
Yes, babe. Sounds good to me. She's
Okay.
all smile, guys. Look at that. She's all smile. Well, babe, I gotta let in a few people. So let me do that, and then I'll get started on tonight's topic. That was a great introduction, don't you think, guys?
Oh yeah.
Definitely. All right, well, guys, tonight's topic, I'll begin it. Tonight's topic is using other people's money. And I want to share my experience as far as with my nonprofit, with one way that we've used other people's money, and I'll share that experience with you. So my other organization is called Savon's Academy Stars, which is a basketball program, with the city of Royal Palm Beach and West Palm Beach. I started that foundation in 2009, and I've been blessed to work with, some great um, children, using the game of basketball. And I've been blessed with support from the community. And tonight's topic again is using other people's money. So whenever you can get support from others, it's a wonderful thing. So I want to share our experience over the years with our community store, public supermarket. Not all of us live in the state of Florida or down in the South, but a lot of us should be familiar, that lives in the South should be familiar with the store called, the supermarket called Publix Supermarket. Well, Publix Supermarket, they offer us opportunity to fundraise, raise money, collect donations, for our teams, that we have, our organization. So what I did was I structured 9 hours of, fundraising with the store. So normally it'll happen on a Friday and a Saturday. So it'll be 2 days out of the week, the store will provide us this opportunity. How I structure that is from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. That's a 3-hour shift. We ask the kids to come, as well as parents, to come and do those shifts. So the next shift after that is 12:30 to 3:30. Then after that is 3:30 to 6:30. For each 3-hour shifts, our goal is to raise at least $350 each 3-hour shift. When those 3-hour shifts are done and we hit 6:30, normally we'll have at least 1,050. Okay, so for that day. So if we do that for 2 days, that means our organization has an opportunity to bring in 2,100 for the 2 days that the store, gives us to go out there and, ask people to support our organization. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning that is working together is always one of the best way to get ahead in life. A lot of times we want to do business, if we're ambitious to do our own business, we'll want to borrow money from the banks. And sometimes, we don't have the credit, not everyone, I should say, has the credit to be able to borrow money or get that loan so we can start something we love. So the next best thing I personally did was started a nonprofit where I knew that I could ask people for support in order to get the things that I needed for my business. And all I needed to do was come up with a cause. For me, my cause is developing winners on and off the basketball court. So it's using basketball, and I call it sports in general, because my son also played baseball. So I help quite a few kids, play using all types of sports, but basketball was my main sport, but again, that was my cause. Now, when you have a cause, you can get other people's help, because maybe you can't afford, to do it because, maybe your credit is not that great and the bank's not going to give you the money. So that's what you can do, to offset that is to get people to support your cause. So I'm sharing that experience because that's how I started. And currently it's been 15 years since I've been going with my program, and here now we have founding players and the same thing apply. Working together is how we, can build this organization. Me and my wife, we're going to do the best we can to build up this organization by capitalizing on our resources. All of us, we invest in the stock market. That's why we're here. We're also here for our friendship, but our main goal is to invest in our future. Now, when we all invest in our future, let's say, one or two of us or all of us, we hit numbers, we obviously can support each other. So again, as tonight's topic is using other people's money. So if Hector comes to me and Hector says, hey, I want to open up a studio, but I don't really have the capital to do so, and Savon has a stock that went off the wall and made me some great money, I can say, hey, Hector, man, I can support your organization, man. Here, as an investor, I can invest in what you have going on, and that goes for everyone across the board. My wife, she is in a restaurant business, and one day she can own a restaurant, and guess who's going to be her biggest supporter? That's going to be me. Oh, guess who can also fund her own business? That's going to be her, because what's mine is hers. What's hers is mine. We're together, but at the end of the day, I can still support her and she can still support me, so just wanted to share that experience on using other people's money, but I also wanted to open it up to other people to share an experience of using other people's money with us. I just shared mine, and I would like to hear from someone else. Is there anyone that would like to share an experience of, what they've done to use other people's money? Can't hear you, Hector. Oh, and I should say this, let's try our best to limit, that way we can have everyone have an opportunity to speak as well. And that way this could be smooth and we could finish up within 30 minutes as well.
How about now? Do you hear me okay?
Yes, I hear you now.
Okay, it might be a little echo. I just so I don't have to troubleshoot this, I grabbed the mic. Sorry, what do you call this thing? The camera. The camera's mic. So yeah. Also, I haven't been on in a few. I've been doing my 9 to 5 on the weekends with some weekend support. So my apologies to all. So other people's money. When I started my martial arts school, I had some of the coaches in my old my sensei help out with a few resources. So some of it was equipment, some of it was money, and one of the most important ones, and I know coach is very aware of this one. This is not monetary; it's time. So when you're doing nonprofit, one of your biggest resources is it's not time or money; it's other people's time. So if you're depending on the type of business, you may some people have helped me on the administrative side. Some people have helped me on the advertisement side. Some people have helped me with coaching. So, it's great to think about funds and money, donations, but time is also really important because, sometimes you have to pay it out to outsource it, or you have to pay, for people's, just for people's time. So that's my experience. And yeah, I definitely believe what coaches mentioned, that if you're surrounding yourself with the right people and you decide to kind of move the wealth around, it's critical. Everybody knows there's different versions of it, but we have a susu or soso, right? Depending on where you're from. Spanish people or Spanish speaking people call it a sociedad, which is really the same thing. It's a way to move money around. It's a poor man's loan with no interest. So there's always a lot of different ways to do, to invest and help each other.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Hector. That was well said, and thank you for sharing that experience with us. Time, as you mentioned, is definitely an important factor because it does save you money. It out someone else, helping each other goes a long way. Thank you for that. I want to ask my wife, can you share, like some information that me and you have spoken to about when I'm doing my fundraisers, anything that you can, that you remember, that, because we want to hear your voice, anything you can remember that me and you have spoken about, since you know that I've been doing my fundraisers in the past or recently. Anything you can share that you've learned or heard me say about our fundraiser? Ms. Smith?
All right. Yes. All right. So for one, it's time is very important in terms of structuring what you want to accomplish. Time plays a big factor. you have to set a goal. So if you have a target that you want to accomplish for the day, then you have to pretty much just start your day early. Teamwork definitely, again, plays a good factor in terms of, working together. And if one person falls short, the other person just pretty much pick up after that. And for your organization that you're talking about, it really helps kids. You definitely have to be there and see what the kids are doing to know what the program is all about. And youths nowadays need that little boost, that little help. Most of the kids these days, they don't have somewhere to go. They need somebody to talk to. They need to have a purpose. So what the organization is doing is pretty much giving a voice to those kids who are home, or having problems at home with their family, having problems at school. Just give them a little hope, something to do to keep them happy, to keep them occupied, and also learn them to be better sports people and better themselves as persons. So they can share their experience with even other persons that are less fortunate than them. So I think that definitely the organization is something good. It goes hand in hand. So keep doing what you're doing. I love what you're doing. I hope when you reach 100, you don't stop.
Okay, I wanna live forever, so I think I'll pass 100.
All right.
All right, so well,
Okay, that's a good one.
hey, we all believe in, most of us should believe in the Lord. So guess what? He can come take his world while we're living. So that would make me live
True
forever.
that. That's true.
I'm hoping for him to come in my time
Yeah.
while we're all still here living. So we don't want this imperfection to go on for too long. We want to be perfect. Nothing goes wrong. Let's do it. But coming off of that and just sharing another experience. One of the greatest feeling that I've had over the years of, just capitalizing on other people's help, whether time or money, you know, is when people is saying things to me like the testimonials, when they're saying things like, great job, you're meant to do this. This is courageous of you, doing what you're doing for these children. We want to support you beyond just being here at the store. We want to continuously support you. Those things that I hear, they drive me to continue to improve the program. They drive me to continue to grow the program. They drive me to continue to help people, not just the kids that I work with, but when I meet even a stranger, just the fact that I know that I can give that stranger encouragement, especially if you see someone down on their luck, whether you know them well or not, you can give encouraging words. And a lot of times those encouraging words come from the support that people give to you and you sharing it. It's called blessings. You just pass it on. You don't want to see people fall. You want to see people have success. And those are the things that drive me when I know I have a cause that cause people to want to support, and it helps me to be so given. And that's one thing I love about myself is I'm a given person, but I'm not going to let people take advantage. I do pay attention. I do want people to work extremely hard for the things that they want in life. And once they show that they're working hard, I do want to support. And that's one big thing that I know drives me to do what I do to help people. As I see hardworking people, I see people with a cause like I have a cause, and all I want to do is give them a helping hand. That's one. All right. So anyone wants to say anything else before I jump into talk about the stock market, cryptocurrency a little bit? Because yes, the topic was, using other people's money, and I wanted to share my experience. Hector shared his. Cardia said a few words. Um, Will, before we move on, do you have anything you want to add? All right. Well, let me ask you first, Will.
Yeah. Uh, I I used to do construction for a company, and then I went out. Uh, since since I met you and came back home, I didn't went out on my own now. And so I got a couple resources from a couple buddies that I used to work with. Some of them gave me tools, you know what I'm saying, to help, you know what I'm saying, grow my company. Some of them gave me time, you know what I'm saying, helped me out with projects that I had going on. And then some of them just, you know what I'm saying, put me on to clients, which is the main thing. And I always appreciate, you know what I'm saying, everybody that helped me, because, you know what I'm saying, you help me, I help you with no hesitation about it. So that's pretty much my experience. And then plus my wife.
Yeah.
Can't forget about her, you know what I'm saying? Because we helping each other out a lot. So she's just opened up a LLC. So we trying to get into a staffing agency for nursing. So you know, I got I helped her do her LLC and everything, and then I got her EIN number and everything. So it's looking up. It's looking up, Savon. It's looking up for us. And I just appreciate everybody that helped me out. Even you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? When I met you there. And you know, we had our conversation on the street talking about, you know, stock market, your non for profit and everything. So that kind of put me in the game.
Yeah. And to piggyback off that, Will, the way that I met you is like what I just spoke about. The fact that I do what I do to help people, but it's kids that started that, and it trickled up to adults as well. Because with kids come parents, so you want to help the young people, and you want to help the middle, and you want to help the older as well. You want to
Right.
help everyone if you can. And one thing that drove me was once I realized how great I was with the stock market and how great I was in investing and how I figured it out. I was driven to share that with people, especially if it looked as if you people wanted to change their finances. I just wanted to share it. I do deliveries, and when I'm delivering, to someone's home, and they seem like nice people, it just makes me want to, say, hey, or they may ask me, what do you do? And I am enthused to let them know what it is that I do, as well as to share how I am having success so they can have success. It don't always, it's not as easy as I'm saying it, but for those who want better, I'm at least expressing what I'm doing so they can know how to go about it. Or I'm there if they want to reach out to me and ask me how to go about it. I'm no financial advisor, but I can certainly share my knowledge to help those who are interested to get started in something that they might not have any experience in. And as you continue to do it, you just gain more and more experience. So that's how we met. It was through delivery that I met you, and I saw you at your home with your kids, and what made me speak to you, and I wasn't even delivering to your home. I happened to just see you at the neighbor that I was delivering at, and
Right.
I approached you. So it wasn't like I was coming to you. I just happened to see you. So it goes to show you that giving is just important when you want to share your knowledge or your wealth with someone else. That's what it's about. And that's why we're here today, me and you. So
Yep.
I'm definitely proud, man. I'm proud of that. So that's what tonight YouTube is about coming together. You know, that's all it takes to have success. All right. So sharing that experience, I'm gonna move on to like the stock market and the crypto market as well. Hector, knows a lot about the crypto side of things. I know a lot more about the stock market side of things. I'm going to share a little stock market information, for those out there that want to get into the stock market or who are already into the stock market. Basically, the question is always asked, how do you do your research? And I've answered it before, but I want to speak on it again, you know? So basically, for me, it's always what's to come. So I'm a firm believer in out with the old and in with the new. So I kind of use that to judge what stocks I'm going to search for to invest in. Years ago, Tesla wasn't where it's at today. So I want to get into the thing that's happening years from now, but there's a company working on that right now. And those are the things I try to look for. Let's use you know, electric cars, for instance. Everything is gas driven right now. No one is really sitting there thinking too much, hey man, I'm gonna be driving an electric car tomorrow. So it's not happening so quickly, but for me, I'm looking to the future and I'm starting to buy now. Well, I've been buying, but I want to buy now. That way I don't have to be getting in later when almost everybody has an electric car, you know? And again, I'm no financial advisor, but that's how I do my research and I'm sharing it because get in at the ground before it gets too popular, So when you're doing your research, you may want to look at, getting into things that I just explained that's not here yet. Anybody want to share an experience about, how they research?
Coach, I am looking up a website right now that I definitely want to share about research. It's more stock related than anything, and it's a little short of incredible from the last few things that I just learned about it. So I'm just
Mhm.
trying to dig it up from a text message that I sent, and I will share it and then just show a great way to do some research on any stock. And I have some Facebook. Kind of did some my own research on Facebook because I'm considering going heavy on Facebook. So please circle back to me. I'll look it up.
Okay, I'm gonna come back to you. All right, so let me go to my lovely wife over here who's so supportive. Um, Speak to me, wife. Speak to me and speak to the people.
Okay. All right. What was the question you asked just now?
All right. Well, how about we say this? Me and you, we speak all the time. And what I just said,
Not hearing you.
I'm always researching. So we're on the topic of research. I'm always doing research. And as I said just now, I'm looking for what's to come, you know. So what is your feedback based off of what I talk to you about all the time before I invest?
Um, Pretty much, you talk about a lot of different stock options, and like when you do your research, you see which motion it's going, like if it's going on a high or a low. I don't remember the words that you use, and kind of just research. Pretty much, you just research it, and I don't know how to explain it. What you do, but
All right, well, I'll help you. I'll help you along because we talk and I know you're speaking on something that you're not as experienced at it as I am and you're still learning. So, I'll step in and I'll help you out a little bit. I'll give an example of what you're trying to really say. Me and you had a conversation about Solana. And Hector will probably speak on Solana because he knows a lot about Solana. So I'll talk about Solana. And
mhm.
Recently, well, I had Solana when it was $25, but recently I made an investment just to show you how things work. So I kind of put some money in there so you can actually learn for yourself and see how this thing works. Now, I like to buy and hold. I'm not an overnight success type of person. If it happens, it happens, but I'm not banking on it. So I tried to show you that I can actually trade, like quickly. I could trade within a week. I could trade within a couple of days, but I'm more of a long-term investor. So I bought Solana at $142. But I don't know everything. But I saw that it had a great upside, to the 170 to 180 range, because I pay attention to it and I watch the movement of it. And me and you, we spoke about the ceiling and we spoke about the ground level. The ground level would be the 142, the low. That's the low. We call that the ground level. The ceiling is where it's been I believe it's 220 something, anywhere from 217 to about $220 is where Solana has been. But for the last couple of weeks, I've been watching it go from say 130 something to about 180. So it's trying to get back to its old high of 2+, but it hasn't really been going there. So what I did was I waited for it to come down, explained to you that I was going to buy it when it drops into the 140s. I was hoping for it to go as far back as the 130 something, because the lower I buy it, the better for me and the more upside it has. But I bought it at 142. When I bought it at 142, it went up to 150 something. Then it went to 160 something, but I told you that my target price to sell was 170.
Yes.
Yes, 170 is what I told you. But I also told you that the way that I see it moving, once it reaches 160 something, there's a chance that it may drop even lower than where I bought it. But that support range that I bought it at is 142. And I realized that I wanted to buy it at 130 something, but it didn't test back 130 something. So I knew that it had a strong foundation at 140. So if it went to 160, I knew that there was a slim of it going too low. Okay, I knew there was a slim chance of it going back to 140s that soon. So when it went to 170 and it dropped 160 something and it dropped as low as 153, I believe. Now, some people might have sold that and took like a 5% gain or whatever, but I was banking on it going higher. So it went up to 180. And I said to you, see, it's at 180 now. So I said the next target price is possibly going over $200 because it went to 217. Now it's trying to test that again. So I'm still holding it. And it went to where? I'll let you speak. Where did SOL go to? Because I screenshot everything to you and I shared it with you.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly, but I think it went to 203, then I think it went to 206, and then it goes as far as 213 and change.
There you go. There you go. So you remembered that. All right. So it went as high as 213. So it came close to where it went before, which is 217 to 220 something, I believe. Hector might be able to tell me exactly, but I don't know the exact numbers at how high it went. I could check, but I'm not going to go through that right now. So what happens when it went to 213?
Yeah, that was roughly about 213.
But before that, it went higher than that.
The all-time high right now, year to date, I'm
Yeah.
seeing 213 as well.
213. Well, I believe it
Yeah.
went to 217 if I can
All
remember right.
time. Yeah, I'm on Live Coin Watch right now. 214.49 is the all time high right now.
Okay. Um,
214.49.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw it go 217, but we'll take that, 213. So, all right, 214. So we know that it went to 213, as my wife stated, and I shared it with her. And share the experience of where it went after dropping to after going to 213. What happens?
Start to drop.
Start to drop. Okay, were you worried?
A little bit. I was like, why is it dropping so fast? But then you start to think about it, and it's like it has a pattern. Like it's kind of tricking you, letting you feel as if it's gonna die. But then that's the trick about it. It's going down, but it's not really going down. It just want to let you have a little, nervousness and be like, okay, I want to sell this right now. But selling it is not the way to go. You have to watch it and have a little faith in it because it's going back up.
Okay, well, the reason I asked you that and you explained it so well is because yes, we have this channel to just share information with people. And that you can call that's your investment, and when you see it go up to 213 from 142, and you're like, oh, sell it now, you know, and now and then it dropped down to as low as 188, and I'm still holding it. I'm still holding it, and the reason I'm still holding it is because it still has strong support to the upside, and I can see that. Over the weekend, I knew it was going to drop back. And I'll come off of Solana and go to Bitcoin, just to use Bitcoin as an example because people are more popular with Bitcoin. Bitcoin went to 100, it went to 66 to almost 67,000. And it pulled back into the 50s, and it may still pull back into the 50s, but it pulled as low as I believe 59. I don't want to say 58, but let's say 59. And now I think it's at 60, 61, heading towards 62. So it's having another upside right now, upswing right now. But at the end of the day, with this upswing, it still can have a pullback within the week in the 50s. So we just have to be paying full attention and not being afraid, and knowing that it's going to retest, what it broke through is going to retest it. The same way going back to SOL, which is Solana. If Solana was in the 130s, 130 plus dollars, and it gets out of there and it starts going 140, 150, I know if I tried to buy it as low as 130s, because I've seen it tested so many times, and I waited and waited and waited for it to retest 130s and it wasn't doing that, I just said, you know what? The foundation is strong. You're not going to break through that foundation to the low side. So I banked on it and said, okay, I'm going with 140 because it's going to rise from there. As I said, I was going to sell it at 170 because I've been watching it. And currently, I believe it's over 2 still right now. So it's possibly this week, possibly going to retest that 213 again. And if it don't test that 213, let's just say it's at 204, 205 right now. Last time I checked, it was at 204. So let's set it's right there. And let's say on Tuesday, it dropped back to 188. That's where it tested before, and it went to the upside. So it might even go 187. I'm still not going to panic because currently it's showing me that it's challenging to the upside. It really, really wants to go to the upside. So hopefully that works out for us. But either way, we so far up that what was our target price to sell?
170.
Okay, so that means we well ahead. Well ahead. All right, so anyone else? But before anyone else go, I want to just explain what I just spoke about and why I spoke about it. The moral to the story is get in as early as the ground floor. Get in when something starts. Don't get in when it's popular. And I mentioned that I had Solana when it was actually $25, you know, and I had two, and I recently bought four, you know, for my wife, bought four. And it's already almost doubled the money, and if it keeps going, it's definitely going to double the money. And that's amazing right there already. Thankful for that. I'm thankful for a lot of stocks and crypto that I own that I can honestly say, man, I got in so early that I don't even feel like I can lose. I'm just in. Can I even say in too early? It's like, that's crazy. I'm in way early. It's crazy. But that's a blessing, man. It's a blessing. There's quite a few cryptos and stocks that I've mentioned on this channel that do your own research and you can get in very, very early, have a great upside. I have a Robinhood account, that stocks. I have a Robinhood account, and I was with my son, a couple times, and he has a Robinhood account also. And then it's amazing to look at my Robinhood account and say, man, look at where I started and I got like great upside, and my stocks ain't even really gone nowhere yet. I mean, a few of them have gone, yes, but I'm like, the ones that I'm well invested in, they're just like sleeping. So I can only imagine when they really take off, like when this whole new financial system really changed, man, is gonna be like, wow, because it's amazing how you can put away money every day, every week, every month, as much as you could put money away. And it just averages, it just brings down your costs. I mean, like for instance, I'll use Cardano as an example. I not Cardano, Polkadot. That's DOT. I bought DOT when DOT was $40. And I was like, man, let me get into DOT before it gets any more expensive. And DOT went down to $15. And it stayed down to $15 for a long time. And then it dropped below $15. I think it went as low as almost $10 from $40. And you know what I did? I bought more DOT, and I bought more and more and more and more and more and more. So I brought down my $30 all the way down to where it was at $10. And I bought in at 40. I didn't look at the fact that I bought in too high and I lost. I just kept putting money and averaging down. The more I put money away in it, every chance I get is the lower my cost went. So if I bought it at 40, I averaged down to 35. I averaged down to 30. I averaged down to 20. I averaged down to 15. I averaged down to 10. And I bought a lot at 10. So I just averaged all the way down. Now guess where DOT is at, which is Polkadot, right back to 40 and past some. And it's at like 43, 44 right now. But if I would have said, man, I lost my money, I'm not going to have the upside that I have in DOT right now because I bought in at 40. And I think that's a great experience to share with people who, if you're buying high, it's not over there. Just continue to average down. Because I averaged listen, DOT stayed at $10 for so long that I had a whole bunch of opportunities to average my $30 cost all the way down. It just slept. Up, Ed's live.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead.
listening.
You look like you got something to say. Go ahead.
What? I didn't even hear you. You've been going in and out.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Man, yeah, my computer acting up. But
Yeah,
hopefully you guys heard what I said about the DOT, that I bought it at $40 and it went all the way down to 10. So you would call that losing money, but I averaged down and it stayed at 10 for a long time and was sleeping. And I just kept buying it at 10, buying it at 10 until I brought down that $30 cost to $10, right where it's at, just average down. And I bought so many down at 10 that now it's back to 43, 44.
right. So
Um,
you talked earlier about what is it, Solano? You said.
Yep.
What was the symbol for Solano, and was it crypto, or was it you're talking about stocks?
Solana is crypto. It's in the same category with Ethereum and Cardano,
Yeah, so
competitors.
I just wanted you to mention the symbol for people to know.
SOL.
Yep.
SOL.
Yeah, SOL. Competition to Ethereum and Cardano. That's Esther's expertise. And maybe
Yes.
Will.
Oh yeah,
So
I got Solano. You already know.
See, I told you, maybe Will. So you want to fill us in, Will, on anything?
Me personally, man, I've been on Sheeb and Ethereum, but Sheeb, I think I got about 10 million
Mhm.
tokens. I'm talking about for cheap
Yeah.
too, and I bought it back when it was what 6 zeros in front.
Mhm.
I think now we at 4 zeros in front now. So I'm talking about it's jumping. If it ever hit $1, I'll be a millionaire. If it ever
Hey,
hit $1, hey, I'm just it's long term investment, man. Long
So
term
what's the symbol for that one?
for Sheeb.
SHIB. SHIB.
SHIB, yeah. And then I've been researching like a new one. Well, it just came out. The my Naki Inu is
Mhm.
part of that too, which they got a game coming out. I've just been researching. People been they tripling their money in a day. That's how fast it's going up. But I'm telling you right now, it's about 8 zeros in front of it, you know what I'm saying, in front of it. But you know, they put money in, and man, it's doubling and tripling overnight.
Wow.
So how are you buying these cryptos? What platform are you using?
Well, I got Sheeb on Coinbase, crypto.com, and I have it on, let me see. And I have it on Webull. But like I know when it first came out, you had to purchase it through Uniswap using your Ethereum. But now you can just purchase it straight on the platform. And I want to say Robinhood is about to put it on their platform also.
On my ship?
Yep, they about to put it. I want to say what's today, the 24th. They was talking about tomorrow, the 25th.
Okay.
So that's the big controversy right now, and why the price is fluctuating like that, because it went from, I want to say about 2,500, and I think the all-time high I thought I seen today was about 4,600. So it jumped that fast in like 2 days.
Mhm.
But then, I still got my regular stocks, Ethereum. I got a little bit of Bitcoin. And then I take any of the free learning that's on the Coinbase app, and I take those. I'm saying, you get that free money, and I just convert that free money into stocks that I already have for free.
Crypto.
Yep, crypto. I want to be the crypto king.
Yeah. we want to make sure, the people that's listening, know that you're talking about crypto. So Ethereum, which other one you mentioned?
Ethereum, Bitcoin,
Mhm.
I got Dogecoin,
Yeah.
and then I got Solana. I got Barn Bridge. These are all cryptos. I got a little bit of Cosmo.
Mhm.
I got a little bit of Polkadot. So I'm just diversifying myself across the board is what I'm doing.
All right. Yeah, just want to make sure that people know that that's crypto,
Yeah, and they're
and
all cryptos, all cryptocurrency.
and cryptos, can be found on exchanges. And you mentioned exchanges like Coinbase. You mentioned, well, Robinhood is not an exchange, but they offer it, so but mostly exchanges is where you can find crypto, just so the people know.
Right.
And Coinbase is one of the most popular exchange that you can find cryptos on. And earlier I spoke about just investing in companies that may not be popular right now. We know Coinbase is popular, but we need to pay attention to other exchanges like Voyager. Voyager is one that's it's talked about, but it's low. It's very low right now. Coinbase, I believe, is on the stock market as it's 300 and something dollars, I believe. And
Yeah.
Voyager is like $10.
Oh,
So, yeah. So think of the upside that Voyager have. If Coinbase is 300 plus, and yes, it's very popular, and Voyager is $10. Oh man, think about that, man. That's like
right.
buying Tesla. Yeah, that's like buying the stock. That's like buying the stock Tesla and buying Neil. It's like I'm buying Neil.
So what's this symbol for Voyager?
Let me look that one. I got it, but couldn't tell you yet. So I look it up. Unless somebody beat me to it. Okay, Voyager, where are you? VGX. You heard me?
VGX.
All right. So with that being said, man, I'm not gonna speak too much
Yeah,
more.
we wanted
And
to.
then, yeah, we went past the 30 minutes, but we said that. Well, basically, we had it already. We had it written down what we're gonna talk about. Me and my wife had that written down, but we wanted to invite people that we haven't really seen, but we're going to try to keep our show, at 30 minutes, but we haven't seen majority of you guys in a while. Ed, you were on last week, but we're going to definitely do the 30 minutes. And for those who we'll wrap it up, and then anyone want to stay on and just, have a conversation, and hopefully it doesn't last no more than an hour. But as far as the actual show, we want to make it 30 minutes, and we passed it. I think we accomplished that already.
Okay.
Accomplished that already.
I just wanted us to come back to Hector on the sites that he mentioned that he does his research on, if he has it.
Yeah, we're still waiting on him.
There we go.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I have it up. Can we do a share and I'll give you some? This is mostly for, this is only for stocks. The analysis that I'm going to show you. You can get some crypto news, but this analysis is basically on stocks. People that like to stalk and snoop and get some inside information. So, Coach, I think I need permission for the sharing.
You're good,
Given.
John?
I got it. Okay. Okay, so we see, okay. So this site is called FinViz, and it's finviz.com. I've heard about this a while ago. I just don't do a lot of analysis when it comes to stocks. I'm not holding any stocks right now, but I'm probably gonna do Facebook for one reason and one reason only. They're rebranding. They know they've been in business for a while. I know some of you know that they basically control, and they've been to court on this. They control most of the social media worlds, the important ones anyway, WhatsApp, Instagram, and obviously Facebook. They or Mark Zuckerberg. Well, let me back up. So this FinViz, this is the insider tab, and what you get is you actually get, there's some sort of law, I don't know what it is, that depending on how much movement CEOs and high level directors and CEO chair people of companies somehow have to broadcast what they're selling. Don't quote me on the legalities of it. I don't know. I've just heard many analysts talk about this particular analysis. And it's, and again, because I've been thinking about Facebook, I say, you know what? Let me be nosy. Let me find out what Mark's doing. So if I go to right off the top, if I go to Insider, then I'm going to go to top insider trading for the recent week. I'm going to click on that first tab. And this is just going to show me analysis of, the value of what they're trading. First of all, I'm sorry, who, the ticker, the relationship. I only care about high level chiefs or CEOs or director level. The date, what are they doing, selling or buying? And in this case, I just care about buying. I'm sorry, selling. So I'm going to go to selling. And then I mentioned Mark, and I'm going to click on Mark. So there's FB, there's Facebook, there's Mark Zuckerberg. So again, I'm stalking Mark Zuckerberg right now for many reasons. Now here's what really caught my eye right out the gate. He has, or his team, or whoever's doing this, is very, very strategic on this. It almost looks like it's a bot, and that's okay. It could be a bot to do arbitrage, buy low, sell high, and a very, very consistent basis. So if you scroll all the way down, I'm not going to go all the way down, but just take my word for it. It's the beginning of the year, January. I think January 3rd is when he started trading. And you're going to see large numbers at 44,000, and it goes up to 56, and then 68, and then 77.3. And these are enormous numbers. 77.3, depending on the value, we're talking about $26 million in trades. And this is on a consistent basis. If you look at the numbers, let's just talk October. So that's the 1st, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, 7th, 8th, 12th, 12th, 13th, all the way up. It's almost every day it's happening. So clearly there's arbitrage here, meaning he's buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high. These are all sale transactions. So he's killing it. And he's killing it on a daily basis, making dollars on the cents. But when you're dealing in this amount of trades, you can actually do the math and find out exactly how much he's making per day in arbitrage. I mean, it doesn't have to go down very much. I mean, it's from, let's just say the beginning of October. 327, it goes up 10 cents. He made money. Not a lot, but he made money. It goes up 33. He probably lost some money there. But let's say 31 to 34, that's $2.5. That's some big bucks. 28, he lost some money there. 28 to 24. 20 to 24, made some money. 24 to 28, made some money. 24 to 33, made some money. 33 to 39, made some money. 39 to 40, made some more money. So he's doing this on a very consistent basis. He's not playing. He's just watching this thing jump up and down. Again, this could be bot trading. But you can do lots of different companies. Let me just back up. I'm going to go to Insider again. I'm going to go to top insider trading for the recent week. Or I can go to top 10% ownership of trading recent week. And I'm going to go to all transactions. I'm going to go to sale. And this is just the top 10. And again, Mark pops up. Did I just see him? No, I didn't see him. That's ZI. So these are, 10% owners of these companies, and they're moving some heavy lifting here. I mean, we got 129 million. So, it makes me curious. What the hell's going on with PYCR? I don't know what it is, but I'm very curious. He's selling a lot. I don't know what's going on. So again, it's just something Coach talks about, just the future. this is not only the future, this is the present. What kind of moves are people making, and why are they making these moves? So this is kind of just another tool that you have for um, trading. And the tab is called Insider, so it makes it feel like some shit's happening. Pardon my French, but something's happening. So it's just wanted to share that. And again, for me, it's Facebook. Facebook is rebranding itself. They're changing their name. They're thinking AI. They're thinking VR. They're thinking all the virtual things that we're talking about with, let's say, crypto, NFTs, EFTs, for long-term investments. They're trying to think ahead for the next 20 years. They've dominated the last 15 years in social media from day one. As soon as Facebook, went live, it smashed every portal, and they've been able to pivot consistently. So, I want to know what they're doing. So I'm going to be stalking Mark for the next couple of days, couple of weeks before I make a move. So I just want to share that with you guys. Hope you don't have too many questions. I'm new at FinViz, but if you have questions, I hope I can answer some if you have any.
Okay, well, mine is not questions, but I'll wait for Ed since I think he on mute to go.
No, I was just basically gonna say that was pretty good. That's good information to have to see what the CEOs and directors are doing with their money in the business, and why, there could be another platform to see, okay, why they're selling all those shares and why they're buying those shares. So to get a insider look at all those CEOs and owners of the company, it gives you a good idea of what's going to happen or not going to happen. So
it's so just sorry to cut you off. It's happening. Like it's now.
Exactly.
That's the big key. And coach is talking about he's preparing for the future. He's holding. I'm total. Hold on for dear life. Like I want to print that or spray paint it on my wall, like HALD, like for crypto. I'm holding. I'm a long-term investor. I am going to play the swing a little bit. I've been talking about it. So now I just need time because I've been just busy with work, busy with photography. That's something that you can't be emotional about it. You have to do exactly what Mark is doing right here. He's playing the numbers game and he's winning. There's some losses there. I saw some losses, but when you're talking about the amount of shares that he's moving, he's winning on a weekly basis. He's doing arbitrage. He's just going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's very calculated, and you can see it in the numbers. They're very repetitive and they're very consistent. So it's happening. And it's great to think future, but this stuff is like they're doing it right now, thinking about future. Excuse me.
It sneezes the truth.
Yeah, it's pretty. I hate to use the word like slick. It's just not slick. It's just common language to some people, and this is why these conversations are important, because we need to. This is all. It's becoming more common to us, and I've only been doing this a year plus, during the pandemic. But now it's like, all right, I'm in. What's next? What the hell is Mark doing? Like, what is he doing? I want to do that.
So what's happening is that with all these platforms that's coming out, all these not technical, but the technology is making it easier for the smaller guy to invest. So like the Robinhood and all these other platforms, and with that, that was what Robinhood's main goal was to get investors like who never invested before to get on a platform and to invest, because it mostly was for the upper richer people to have. So that whole Robin Hood concept is for the poor minded individuals to invest and make their money. And And so as time go on, as I said, what's his name? Will, I think Will mentioned about that, you know, Robinhood is gonna have more crypto and more different type of, I think they're gonna have wallets, I think, in Robinhood or some other platform. I can't remember now. But you know, and another thing, they're making it easier for people to understand. I think it's when once you put it in simplistic form, it's you know, for people
Ed,
who don't understand.
Pause for a second. Hector, you are the host now, so someone is trying to get in. My wife said,
Yeah, I just I allowed.
okay.
Yeah, FS Smileys. Am I saying that right? Yeah, I just admitted it looks like they're trying to connect with audio now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, Ed, were you I didn't want to interrupt
Oh,
you.
okay. No, I was saying is, you know, the things are just getting much and more easier as the technology increases, but also when newer things are coming out, you know, it's making it easier for people to invest. And like today, how Savan explained the way how he invested is very in a simplistic way as well, because that same technique that he uses, people use the same thing with using the charts. The technically read the symbols in the charts to see when they reach the ceiling and you're at the floor. They use the charts itself to see how it goes up, and when they have when it's up in the upscale upside, and also use the charts so you know when it's going down or what it did in the past. All those things you could use the charts to do the same thing that he said, but the way he explained it was more simple for the normal person who don't understand to understand, you know, what to do. So that was a big plus, um you know, in telling other people who's on the platform or people who's listening and watching, is the way how he does it is a technique in his way that he developed himself. But there's also that same technique is also what people use in more technical way using the charts. So
And to elaborate on that, Ed, I'm glad we've been friends for years, so I'm glad you pick up on that. You know how I win. You know, sometimes I don't even have to follow the way it's really done. You know, I just do it the way that I know I have an idea how it's working, and I'm gonna work with it and make it work for me. So basically, what you just explained is I break it down to where more people can understand it, because when people look at the charts, they're going to get scared and they're not going to want to take the time. Most people won't. They're not going to want to take the time to understand what the charts is really telling you. You know, I remember when we did Forex, you know, normally when a W is formed, that most likely means that, you know, the dollar is gonna go up. You know, when you see a W, you know, when it's not a W, it's most likely going to go down, you know. So I remember all those things. And I also know that if you're building a home and your foundation is not strong, then your roof going to fall down to your floor. It's going to come down. It's going to collapse, you know. So I equal it to that. You know, if a stock is gone, that's why it has its highs and it has its lows. If a stock is gone to $100 and that's its high, that's the ceiling that it's reached. And if the low is $30, but it started out as a $5 stock, and the low over the last 2 years is $50, then I already know this stock most likely ain't gonna go below $50. It's been going strong. And when you watch the overall stock market or crypto market, you can judge and say, okay, this is the floor and it's not going to crack. This stock is strong at this level. So I want to invest when it goes down to that level. So I try to break it down that way. That way people can get a good understanding of, if you don't understand the charts and what it's doing, just take your time and equal it to a home that you live in, and know that you want to live in a home that the foundation of the home is strong, and your ceiling ain't gonna fall down. That investment that you have in that home, you want to, if it's breaking down, fix it. Fix the floor, fix the ceiling, fix whatever needs to be fixed in that home to make it a strong home. That way, when somebody else buying your home, you're going to make a good amount of money from that, because you invest a lot of time and effort into that home. So I equal any stock that I invest into, like that. So when I'm investing, man, I just watch what the stock is doing from the floor to the ceiling, and I get in at that ground level. Even a brand new stock, you can tell. I'll give IDEX as an example. Ideanomics, bought in at $1.88, I believe, and it went to I'm just giving a number, it went to 230. So I'm up from 188 to 230, and let's just say I have 500 shares of that. I'm good. I just want to keep buying shares. But guess what? I don't buy no shares at 230 because I'm up. I don't need to fix nothing. I don't need to build nothing. I'm up. When I need to fix? When it look like it's gonna fall through the roof, fall through the floor. So if I bought in at $1.88 and it's 230, I don't need to buy no more. I don't need to buy no more. I get in 500 shares at that ground level. Okay. And then the only way I add to my 500 shares is if 230 go back down to about 270, then I'll buy more. But I ain't adding no more. I only fix when the floor needs to fix. That means I got to buy stuff to fix my floor. So the more I buy down there is the more upside I'm going to have. Because the foundation is going to be strong, because guess what makes it strong? The number of shares that I have down there. The more shares I could buy at 188, when it comes down from 230, I'm doubling my money. What if I bought another 500? Now I got 1,000. Before I had 500 at 188. Now I have 1,000 at 188, and it retests the ceiling and probably go through the ceiling, make a higher ceiling. No, that's how I look at it, man. I don't buy nothing until it comes back down to the original price or drop lower. I said last week, sometimes I want stocks to even go down lower than where I bought it at. Because as long as I believe in it, and I know I can strengthen my floor, I want it to go lower. I want it to go low. Let's go.
Okay. See, and that's what I'm talking about. You make it very simple. Well, to mention to everybody, we're not no financial advisors. This is the way he's doing it. So if you wanna go by on the way he does it, just keep that in mind, that this is his technique. So one more question I wanted to ask Hector is that, do you know any site that also shows what some of these CEOs is buying? Because I thought there was a site out like that. I'm like, do you know anything about that?
This one actually shows the buying as well. So
Of their
yeah,
stocks?
Insider. It'll show. I just focused on selling, because when you make money when you sell, you don't make money when you buy. So I just focused on the sell tab. So if you look at the far right, you can do the same analysis. Yeah, I'll run it again. I think I'm still hosting.
No, as I'm saying, I mean, like the different stocks that they buy. Do you know what they buy?
No, I don't know. I can look some stuff up. I think it's that just calls attention to the amount, not all of their transactions, especially if they're selling and buying their own information, because that particular analysis is based on it's insider. So if Ed if you're selling, free shameless plug. I see you wearing a shirt. I see you. So if you're selling your own shares or buying your own shares, you're already a shareholder. So what are you doing? So that's the reason why they have to show this. This is whatever the laws are, they have to disclose it.
Okay.
I wanted to. I'm not gonna do any analysis for the other two websites. I just wanted to just reiterate of where I get some of my crypto news. So I do coinmarketcap.com very often. It's got great charts. And and just mentioned the coach is talking about, analyzing the chart. It's not for everybody. It just definitely takes, it's like looking at a new menu in a foreign language. Like you're just going to look at salads. You may look at a soup, an appetizer. You can't go into the entree. It's just too much information, right? Especially it's a foreign language. So if you look at market cap, coinmarketcap.com, I usually look at the actual market cap. So basically who's interested, why is it building? We talked about earlier about investments and about combining, each other's wealth. Well, that's what that is. So if that number is super high, like I think SHIB right now is like at 14, which is insane because they're trailing on Dogecoin, which is in the 20s. So it just pulled up to like number 6 or something like that. I'm sorry, SOL just pulled up to like number 6, which is they just came out of left field. So you will see their ranking based on their market cap. So that's a really important number to use to analyze what's happening. The other website is just Google News, and then follow cryptocurrency. You're gonna get a lot of the gossips, and then they're gonna aggregate. So basically, they're gonna pull data from many sources. It's Google. I mean, if there is an internet god, Google is the internet god. Like it has so much information. So I personally just follow crypto. I don't follow anything. I could look at like U.S. news, but I'm already saturated with so much news and so much content stuff. So as far as my Google News, all I follow is cryptocurrency. So just follow cryptocurrency. You can do it on your phone, and then you'll just see listings and listings of just news. Sometimes I just saw some news on SOL. I saw some news on SHIB recently. I haven't looked at it today or tonight. I definitely will. I try to limit my data. It's just too much information coming in. Again, it's like looking at a menu in a foreign language. It's just too much. Like you don't understand what's happening. You could probably understand the pricing and be like, yeah, that's just give me the chicken. Just it's safe. Just give me the chicken. So it's just a lot of info. So those are the two that I'm very big on. I'll mention one last one. I mentioned intotheblock.com. Into the Block grabs data from about 10 different websites. And intotheblock.com is just about the blockchain. It's just about cryptocurrency. But what's really, really important about that particular one, that it analyzes for the top coins like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Doge. It analyzes, and I mentioned this before, and I think it's really important to note. It analyzes social media content coming in from WhatsApp and Telegram. So, I'm sorry, Twitter and Telegram. So if anything's rumbling, I know Will has jumped on certain coins. If anything's rumbling, they're going to talk about it. People are going to start talking about it. And that's really the power of social media. And to Ed's point, Ed, you were talking about like this generation now, it's like, it's up for grabs. If somebody says, I'm going to put my house, don't do this. I'm going to put my house on and I'm just going to buy, SHIB, and SHIB makes a real big move, you just become a multi-millionaire, right? I'm not saying don't do that. Please don't do that. But the point is like this era, it levels the playing field for this asset class. It's very, very important. I'm holding a lot of XRP. I'm still listening. I got my head on the ground, listening to the rumbling. If the buffaloes come, I'm running. I'm running with it. So this era is so important to have these conversations to make it normal. Ed, you touched on this. I just want to say this last point. This is like deja vu. I was talking about this with a friend of mine. And it's like, whatever it is, and you're into it, it becomes cool. So you're like, you're part of the cool kids because you could talk this stuff. At one time, podcasting wasn't even a thing. Now everybody has a podcast, like, which is great, but this is the time where it's like, hey, listen, this is kind of cool to talk about this, to be in the know. I can't read sports. Like some of my friends gamble, they know the highs, the lows, the picks. I don't know anything about that. I don't even know when it comes to the fight game because that's not my thing. I don't gamble on sports. Like I don't do it. So I don't even understand it. Right. But this is definitely an era where it's cool to know this stuff. And not only is it cool to know this stuff, like I've said this before, and I think Coach has talked about this before, I don't really have savings. Like my savings is my investments. I have my checking and I have some money. I have family money and then I have my money, but my money is tied up in coin. Like I'm fine with that. I have I'm fine with it. I was up almost 15 at one point. The market did some things. I'm back to like 10, but I was up at like high 14s and I was like, yo, that's crazy. So, it's definitely keep the course. I know we talk about consistency, but definitely keep the course. I've been researching, but I just been working some Sundays, so I haven't been able to get on. But anyway, that's I'm gonna park my my plane right here.
All right, I'm gonna jump in. Hector, you're very, very knowledgeable. You have your stuff together. Your background looks amazing. All that great stuff. Um, come back to you in a minute. I'm gonna let my wife, who's been at work, pretty much majority of the day, and so have I. I want her to say a few words. That way she can go and, go relax a little bit, and I'm gonna go relax with her, even though she's in Jamaica. I can still relax with her. But babe, say a few words, please.
Okay. Tonight was very informative. You know, Still learning about it. I'm not 100% knowing of everything, but I'm still learning. As I said before, tonight was good. Um, for sure, next week, Sunday, we want to, try to make the time be a little bit less. I think we're way past the time now, but nevertheless, tonight was really good. And looking forward to hear what we have planned for next week, Sunday. I just want to give a quick shout out to some persons that I asked to come online just to hear what it's all about. It didn't stay that long because most persons, Sunday, so work day, church day, school tomorrow, and stuff like that. Susie, I want to tell you thank you for stopping by. Marcel, Colleen, Marcia, and Lorraine and Faye. I think Faye was the last person that came on. These people are pretty much all my cousins, from all different parts of the world. Thank you guys for showing your support. Yeah, as I said before, tonight is good. So please, guys, remember to subscribe and like. And I'll talk to you next week, Sunday.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice show. Appreciate everyone coming out. So I will speak to you in a few, babe. Thank you so much. And Hector, I believe you would have to make me back the host if you're dropping off. And or anyone don't have much to say, we could just end it right here. Will, Ed, anybody have anything to say? I mean, we could just end it and let Hector end it rather than making me the host. We could just end it right now. If
Oh no,
anyone
I'm good. I'm good to next Sunday, man. Real good information tonight.
Okay. And as my wife say, we just gotta we'll have a better show if we do it 30 minutes, and even if we stay on for extra 15 minutes, we can let people know when the show is over, because we're all friends here. We all love each other company, but at the end of the day, we can do a show for 30 minutes and we can let people know, hey, the show, that's it for the show. So me and my wife will organize something because we have the time to be able to come on more than anyone else, and that's what we'll do. We'll structure a show, everyone will be on and we'll just get on and off within 30 minutes. And if we want to stay and have a YouTube party, we can.
I'm ready.
I'm out.
All right. So Hector, I think you'll be sending us out.
Good night.
All right, everybody, have a wonderful week.
Night. Good night.
Night.
Good night, guys.
Good
All
night.
Night.
All right.
Good
Well,
night,
welcome
Victor.
back, Hector.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm trying.
All right. We all should be at your
Good night,
house hosting the
Will.
show. We all should be in your background hosting the show. And let's go to Hector's studio.
Oh, I gotta make some changes. It's coming. I gotta make some changes. I'm building on some things on my end. By the way, I've added all those links to the YouTube. Cardi, I mentioned it before. Make sure you like, follow, and definitely comment. It helps the YouTube algorithm know that it's important. Even if you just say what's up, say thanks for anything, throw a question in there, not anything but an emoji. Just actually put in something. Even ask questions, even if it's just rhetorical. Ask the questions within the feed, so at least it gives the feed a little bit of some gains. And I just added all that information in there, so it's
Okay, good stuff.
all right. Good night, guys.
All right,
Good
night.
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 Okay. Good night, Will.
good night. Nice to see you.
Blessings.
All right, Savon, man, have a good week, man. All right, Ed, man, see y'all next week.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Hey, babe, hold a second. I'm trying to end. Hold a second. You were singing. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Go on, sing.
Get my attention.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to end the live, but someone is still in. Cam. Oh yeah, because I'm trying to end the live, but one person is still in. I thought Hector ended it, but he didn't end it. He just left. But he was the host, so I'm not sure what happened. No, I'm gonna just remove. That's it. Hold on, babe. Mhm. All I think we're good. I should be